So I think we've got time for maybe one more question. This has to do with being sued by a debt collector. And our courts, particularly what's called small claims and district court, they are just dominated by these lawsuits. Some of these debt buyers, debt collectors file 100 lawsuits in Alabama a week. Just like one debt collector files 100 a week. Another debt collector files 100 a week. It's amazing. So the question is, what should I do when a debt collector sues me and they leave the summons? That's the legal document that says, all right, you've been sued and here's your time period to respond. Small claims court, 14 days, district court, 14 days, circuit court, 30 days. So the question is, if I've been sued and I get the summons, but they leave it on my door, or they just throw it on my porch, throw it in my yard, am I considered served? Well, I'll tell you this. I think from a technical legal standpoint, if they simply leave it on your porch, then I don't think that's being served. What the rules talk about is leaving it with a person who lives in your house, an adult who lives in your house. It could be a spouse, a child, a roommate, as long as they live in your house. The rules don't talk about throwing it in the bushes, taping it to your door. Now, I'll give you the practical side though. If you know you've been sued, then there's really no benefit, in my opinion, to just waiting around saying, well, you technically didn't serve me. I'm just going to wait till you serve me. My approach is to say, when these debt collectors sue us, instead of kind of backing up and we're scared and we're going to wait, no, let's come forward. Let's charge these guys and let's get in there. Let's respond to a lawsuit. Let's get a trial date and let's win the case. Because the sooner we win the case, the sooner we have options against these debt collectors. Right now, as I'm recording this, it's May 15, and we have, I think, 10 federal court lawsuits against Midland that are pending, active cases right now. We've got another one we're filing. We've got, I think, 2 against asset acceptance, and then we have some other cases out there. These all arise out of when consumers were sued by Midland, sued by asset acceptance, portfolio, whoever it may be, and the consumer won that case. You want to get to that trial to win the case. Now, you do have 5 options when you're sued by a debt collector. File bankruptcy, fight the lawsuit on your own, settle a lawsuit on your own, hire a lawyer to fight the lawsuit, hire a lawyer to settle a lawsuit. And we have an entire video webinar on this. I think it's like an hour and 20 minutes long. We go over those options, and then we answer a bunch of questions that just come up over and over and over. And so we went ahead and put those in there. But just in terms of service, if it's just stuck on your door, thrown in the bushes, thrown in the front yard, the front porch, and we see that all the time, that's normally not considered good service. I would just be very careful about saying, well, hey, you didn't serve me, so I'm not going to even pay attention to this, because the court might mistakenly believe that you've been served, and then those days start counting. And when you run out of days, 14 for small claims district court, 30 for circuit court, then the debt collector says, hey, judge, we served him, he didn't answer, give us a default judgment. Normally that's signed, and now you have a judgment against you. Now, if you weren't properly served, you can undo that. And we have had situations where clients hire us and they find out they had a judgment from 14, 15 years ago. And we've been able to get those set aside. Because if you're not properly served, the lawsuit's no good against you. So you can do that, but there's expense in it, there's time, and the judge may say no. So my thought is, if you know you've been sued, then go ahead and figure out your options. And so we'll make this the last question for today. Again, if you would like to get in touch with us, my name is John Watts. You can call my office, 205-879-2447. or you can go to alabamaconsumer.com or alabamaelderlawyer.com. And if you call the office, typically you'll want to ask for Carolyn and tell her what's happening and what your situation is. And then she'll either get back with me, see what we can do, or if it's certain types of cases, and she knows, she's been working with us a long time, when to go ahead and set an appointment. It can be in person, it can be by phone, it can be by video, whatever's most convenient. And so we'll be happy to help you any way we can. So appreciate you watching this. And if you have questions, we'll do this again next Friday, and we'll get the exact time that we're going to do this and send that out to you. So if you're interested, just contact us through one of our websites, or you can email me, john@wattsherring.com. Thanks a lot. Have a great day. Bye-bye.